Hi, my name is John Gosman and shalom to you. There's no positive information that I can share with you. The figures are just going up and up. Besides South Korea and China, who have flatlined, there's been a few countries that started to flatline and then soon thereafter started going up again. At the moment there are a few that are starting to flatline, but it's still early days. So nothing significant to announce on a positive note. But I believe in the next 3 weeks, the following information I'm going to show you is going to change, and it's going to change for the worse. So let's have a look at that information and see what happens over the next 3 weeks. The left-hand column is starting to decrease, and I don't expect it to decrease by too much. Most of the statistics for that column is mainly islands and countries in Africa where I doubt we're going to get the correct or much information from. But the columns towards the right are increasing dramatically, and these columns from 5,000 to over 12,000 is starting to grow, which means that these columns over the next 3 weeks will be looking more like this, which would then indicate that there's many more countries with many more cases, and those numbers are going into the hundreds of thousands per country. And the same is happening with the deaths graph, when it's not going to be long, and the red columns to the right will indicate that more and more countries have more deaths. And if these columns look like this, then we are looking at deaths in the hundreds, if not millions. When we look at the closed cases, we find that 20% of them consist of people that have died. And to me, this is a very shocking statistic, to bear in mind that 1 out of every 5 closed cases is a death. When I first took note of this statistics, it was at about 14%, and within a day or two it went up to 16%, and I thought, well, I better watch this because it seems to be climbing very, very rapidly. And I watched it from the 28th, and as you can see, by the 4th of April, it's climbed 5%. And if it goes at this rate, it's going to go 2 out of 5 have died, and just increase. I hope it doesn't increase, because we listen to the authorities talking about 2%, but this is not talking about a 2% death. It's talking about a 20% death and climbing. And if this is going to be the trend, then the figures that we're looking at in terms of death is going to be shooting up very, very fast. Every day is becoming more and more critical. You got America that is going up over 200 times in less than a month. And there's no reason why any other country figures cannot go just as fast and just as high. So we are at that point where they're talking about a second and third and fourth wave of infections and new cases and deaths. China has tried on at least 3 cases to open up towns and areas, and they had to shut them down because the cases increased again. So after 3 months, we're still not sure of how long this is going to take and to what extent. The last estimate for America is that they're looking at between 100 and 200,000 deaths. And no other country can say that the same will not happen to them. If you can get up to over 200,000 cases, you could get up to over 100 or 200,000 deaths. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Shalom.